Alrighty, peace and blessings everyone, hope you're doing well, and welcome back to another stream. So, yeah, in this one, we done a bit of calcing, right? And essentially, our plan is to get Sandslash up on the field to Ice Punch, right? Basically, I can deal with it, knock out everything with Ice Punch. The only thing is, I need to break through the Taurus, because the Taurus is a bit of an issue, and the Poltergeist as well, actually, is also kind of an issue. So we're going to have a bit of an interesting play here. Is that we want to try and make sure that we're going to have Victory Bell in. We're going to try and get them both to sleep, right? But we want to make sure that Victory Bell isn't targeted. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Vespiquen, we're going to put it at, I'm just checking my notes, we are going to put Vespiquen on can you see that alright? Yeah? Cool, cool. We're going to put Vespiquen on, I think it was like 17 HP. So ideally we want the Poltergeist to try and use Giga Drain. But the key thing is that we don't want the Tauros to be using Double Kick, because we might switch straight out into Sandslash if we can get them both to sleep. Alright? But to be honest, even then, kind of thinking about it, I think I'd much rather have Chespin come in and do some damage. The problem is, against Chespin, it's going to want to double kick. So a lot depends on this sleep powder. So we're gonna actually get Armor Rouge into the calc. Place that Armor Rouge, level 45. Just copy what's over there, 26, 11, 1, 16, 5. Mild, flame body still, and moves are oh, I haven't actually got it to level 45 yet, it's fine. I mean, obviously me bringing it in right now is on the assumption that I'm going to have a psychic move. Okay, I get size shock. I probably would have preferred ooh, an ally switch is a good one as well, to be honest. So I'm not 100% sure if I want to definitely go with Armor Rouge. I mean, we do need to bring it in at some point anyway, so because obviously it has evolved now. So Incinerate, Clear, Smog, Nightshade, and Will-O-Wisp. So let's export, import, or remove Charcadet over here. And then let's pull up the Tauros again. Ranges those Tauros and Armor Rouge. So yeah, because the thing is with double kick, because I have flame body as well, potentially like it gets hurt really badly. And if you get burned, that would be amazing. And I do, with the Hex would be really bad. So I don't know if I can chance that. The only other thing I'm thinking is maybe Calyrex is a bit better here. At 45, not putting its exact stats in. Doesn't really take the Hex well either, even though it deals with Tauros a bit better. Obviously, we are counting on the Tauros to be asleep. It's just a matter of trying to get it knocked out as soon as possible. Because you do, excuse me. And both of them is going to be Size Shock, which is actually kind of unfortunate in this situation, because at the end of the day, the Tauros is more of a, has more physical attack, physical defense, sorry. Yeah, I'm not really feeling too much on either of those actually. See, I can probably encourage. Maybe I don't set Vespiquen straight to low health because yeah, the only thing is the Poltergeist. Yeah, maybe I don't actually set Vespiquen to low health. Poltergeist might go for Hex, but I think it's more likely that Tauros should wild charge into Vespiquen, does the most damage. And then, even if that happens, Poltergeist. Now, if they both double in on me, obviously this does max 55. This does 82, and it is enough to one-shot Vespiquen, unfortunately. Of course, the Taurus does go first, so if I have a berry, I can potentially guarantee its survival. If I don't, and that, but what does that really do? That lets me get, what, a Toxic? No, I think we're going to stick with the force them to attack Vespiquen. We want to go for guarantees rather than, you know, uncertainties about what strategies they might try and go for. So, to guarantee that this thing goes for a so obviously I'm going to protect, and then it is going to get the second attack off. I want to I need to be at minimum 46 health, because that will make Poltergeist want to target me with Hex. And yeah, 46 is just out of range of Lash Out being a guaranteed kill. So we're gonna set our health to 40. We're going to equip item wise, I'm not even really sure, doesn't matter too much, I think. And we'll go for the Binding Band, but again I don't think it matters too much here. So we bait them to attack Vespiquen by protecting. In the meantime, Victory Bell is putting the other two to sleep. And then we switch in. Once we've put Poltergeist to sleep, I do still think we switch in Armor Rouge. Potentially because it's a burn, getting the burn off. And the plan is to put Taurus to sleep. Now if Taurus dodges, sleep. So at the end of the day, the Taurus is quite strong. Nah, I don't think we Armor Rouge. I think we instead going to go for Zeb Striker, because especially if it goes for Wild Charge, you'll get a speed boost, won't take any damage, and if for whatever reason the sleep doesn't go off, we can Thunderwave it. So give you a King's Rock to try and get some flinches. And then it's positioned, the Zeb Striker is positioned to get some damage off. Potentially, yeah, potentially get some damage off, and we can always switch into Chestpin if we need to do some spiky shield business as well. But yeah, I think that's probably the best way forward. And Sand Slash is pretty much able to switch into either of those hits from the other two, take it and retaliate. So we just give it a health item. Or even a bright powder to... I think we go with the berry juice just to make sure it stays healthy. And that's the plan. Scope lens. Yeah, I think that's okay. Alright, let's go for it. So obviously a lot of this plan is dependent on them both seeing a kill on Vespergren and wanting to go for that for Vespergren, as opposed to Victory Bell, which gives Victory Bell room to sleep powder. So let's go for it. Because we want to avoid the Sinister using tea time. Right, so we're gonna protect. And we're going to... We want to sleep powder... Actually, do we want to sleep powder the Tauros first? Because if I know it's Hex coming... Obviously, I don't really want to be taking Hex on Sand/Ether. But of course, with the plan being to bring in Zip Striker, because it's faster, it doesn't really take Hex one either. Yeah, no one really wants to take Hex. What's the problem here? Drapeon's probably the only one who's okay to take Hex. And then we could Night Slash. Drapeon also, yeah. So let's pivot slightly on the plan here. We're gonna sleep powder. Let me think. The Pokemon we're knocking out is the Pokemon we want to avoid using sleep powder on now. And obviously Poltergeist is still a threat to Sandslash. If we're planning to take out the Poltergeist first, because I mean the Night Slash is pretty much nearly a one-shot. So Victory Bell on Poltergeist, I think, can just Giga Drain. Yeah, okay. No, let's do that instead. So we going to sleep powder Tauros. Okay, I did go for Wild Charge and Hex, good. And Sleep lands, excellent. Good start. Now, we're expecting Hex again. So we're going to go into Drapeon. And we're going to Giga Drain on Poltergeist. Or do I want to keep it on the field a bit longer? I don't think so. The problem is that I need the Tauros down for Sand Slash to be like relatively safe, because it can one-shot Sand Slash. So even though Drapion comes in and takes his Hex really well, it doesn't... Also, actually, yeah, I forgot, the Poltergeist has... So it's got Focus Sash, which is why I can't one-shot it, but it's got weak armor as well. So it'll actually outspeed Drapion. So actually, no, okay, so I'm gonna Sleep Powder Poltergeist as well. Yeah. So it's obviously faster, so it gets the Hex off, but I resist. Then we Sleep Powder, we missed, okay. That's fine, so we're gonna Night Slash. And Giga Drain. Yeah, I was worried about that, but it's good, so good. Okay, so I believe Tropius has Stomping Tantrum. So yeah, unfortunately this hasn't really gone exactly how we expected it, so we're gonna have to try and freestyle a bit. Tropius, it has Air Cutter for Victory Bell, it might go for actually. Yeah, Stomping Tantrum does some damage, but it sees it gets more damage off on Victory Bell. I reckon it's going to target Victory Bell with an Air Cutter. And Tauros could go for any move, to be honest, probably Lash Out. So Victory Bell is going to have to switch out here. Considering the moves I'm expecting to get hit by, and I don't know if Tauros is going to wake up, we're going to switch into Zeb Striker. I very much doubt Tropius Stomping Tantrums Victory Bell, because it shouldn't see a knockout there. So this presumably is an Air Cutter. And Drapion is going to... So my issue here now is I need to take out the Tauros, because it's preventing me from bringing in Sand Slash. Although to be fair, Tropius is slower. Tauros can't knock out Victory Bell because the so I just need to double check what Ganlonberry does. Raises a holder's defense by 1 stage at quarter health. So yeah, no, if on Drapion we go for Poison Tail, we do a minimum of 34, got 54 damage, so that'll put it at 104. And then Victory Bell using Sludge Bomb. It's only an 18% chance to KO if I low roll. I don't know if Tauros wakes up this turn or not. I think... yes, it's 2 to 4 turns. So the first turn of sleep is guaranteed, right? And that was the... so obviously in the first turn it wild charged. And we protected, so that's fine. The next turn it wanted to attack, it couldn't, I switched out, and then the next turn we took it out. So it could stay asleep this turn, it could wake up. Yeah, cutter. I mean, what health am I again? 103. So 103 with air cutter, we could deal 68. And Tauros max deals, so 68 plus 40. 3. Yeah, they do just barely see a kill if they combine their moves. But at the same time, if it lashes out and I use Giga Drain on it and I use Giga Drain on Tauros instead, I'll move out of lethal range. Obviously, no, this is playing around crits. And Drapion, unfortunately, doesn't really do much damage to. Okay, so we're gonna take the safer play, and we're not gonna assume that I take out Tropius this turn. So we're going to Poison Tail Tropius. And we're gonna Giga Drain on Tauros. I did wake up, okay. I'm a little worried it went for Drapion instead. Oh, it crit. I could have gone for the Sludge Bomb. Oh my gosh, no. Did I miscount? I didn't, but my god, that was scary. Okay. Drapion switching for sure. And just... switch into Chespin, and we're going to Sludge Bomb Yeah, so obviously since it crits, Sludge Bomb's now guaranteed to knock it out, and Victory Bell is faster. Because Tauros was any move, I couldn't guarantee it comes in safely. Okay, this Tropius down. Alright. Alright, the Flapple has Acrobatics, which is obviously dangerous for both of my Pokemon. Okay, so Tauros. I reckon Tauros doesn't bother with Chest Knot. It doesn't do much damage to him. So it should go for probably a Lash Out on Victory Bell, but again, not too much damage. And obviously we're fortunate that it hasn't procced its Lychee Berry yet. Now, this Flapple has a Staff Berry, so obviously we need to be mindful of getting it on low health, but again, so Acrobatics one-shots, no sorry, I'm reading my book. Sludge Bomb actually one-shots Flapple. The problem is Flapple is faster. So let's see, Flapple 43 and so there's no chance they take out Chestnut, because obviously they can't crit. Victory Bell on the other hand, Lash Out 43, Acrobatics 64. I'm on full health again, right? Or nearly full health. So 64. Problem is, if either of those moves crit, then now all of a sudden I'm dead. But again, I'm in a situation where I can't really guarantee what moves are going to get used. Now I'm thinking, if I was to switch into Zip Striker, I can't see it going for Gravity Apple, but if it did, that would, or even Dragon Breath, that would hurt. And yeah, no, Zip Striker's not the answer here. The problem is, if the Tauros goes for double kick on that slot for any reason, the Sand Slash is done for. The good part is that the Flapple really doesn't do any damage at all to Sand Slash. And Tauros, as long as it